he's got people for that. But anyway, yeah, it was I was just thinking about some of the argument videos. They were just kind of funny. Edible was giving Brett lectures on enunciation and word usage, and it was just kind of funny because he was making up words when he was doing it. It's that Arkansas literacy.
That Missouri redneck talk.
And even Chrysler was pretty lame. I was like, no, 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 you gotta kind of do better than that. It's gotta be cough something, like, cough up your lung, Lynn, or something, you know. But no, no, you can't go with that.
No, that's too long.
Well,
That
it's
word
gotta.
ain't wordy.
I'm just saying. Yeah, Thunderfuhr didn't really work either, because it sounds too much like a car engine or something. You know what I mean? You don't get the Fuhrer part. It sounds like Fuhrer, like in a rage. So it's like that's
I've
too
been
ragey.
I've been fond of lately the Boy Thunder because I can use Pat Condell and go Bat Condell and the Boy Thunder.
Well, there now you got something happening. That works pretty good. Bat Condell, Batty, Batty Condell, Batty Condell. That's even better. Yeah, and the Boy Wonder, the Boy Thunder. Yeah, okay. Batty Condell and the Boy Thunder. There you go.
But I'll be honest, I'm not doing any more fucking videos on that fucking mosque.
Yeah, well, it is kind of a dead subject. I mean, I don't see the point in it. I didn't see the point in it from the beginning. All this crap in the first place. I mean, it's okay to hate Muslims. It really is. I don't see why it's a problem. I mean, if we're gonna hate something,
Yeah,
yep,
I
that's a
mean,
pretty good target. Yep.
that's it. Just don't hate them for fucking stupid made up reasons. Hate them for
No,
their
it's go
real
ahead. No,
reasons.
no, no. Hate him for stupid reasons. I don't give a damn. I really just don't care. Yeah, let
No,
them build their
stupid
mosque.
made up reasons.
Well, I'm just saying. No, let's make up some reasons.
Stupid
Let's
reasons are okay,
let's hate
but
him
made
for
up
having
bad.
big feet. Let's hate him for everything we can find to hate him for. Okay, there's no problem. Yeah, let's hate the Jews too. Let's hate all of them. Yeah, well, the Catholics you just can't. They're on. You know, I've cursed them to hell so many times, damn bastards. I mean, I'm never going to get off with the Kevorkian thing. I mean, there's Catholics that basically threw Kevorkian in prison for 7 years. And, yeah, no, I'm going to chase them through eternity for that one. Already made my deal with Satan. you know, I'm going to be the black cockroach. I just chase Christian souls throughout the universe forever and ever.
Who's Kevorkian? Or I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Well, Jack Kevorkian, he was the guy who used to help people, who wanted to die, die more gracefully. So he would help them get out. So he'd show them how to commit suicide, basically. Give them a little machine. He actually had a machine that would you press the button and, it would carbon monoxide you and put you to sleep. And so people could basically do it themselves, and he would just help them do it.
Hey Gary, I was wondering, do you think that the DNA reacts to the environment around us? Because it seems like there are a lot less people who are lactose intolerant. intolerant in the world or who are celiac in the world. I mean, it's a disease to be a celiac now, but like 100 years ago, it wasn't. Like people didn't even touch breads or highly refined foods like that.
I don't know. I never even heard of that. But people didn't touch breads, and what do you mean? I mean, bread is the staple of the human race. We wouldn't be here without wheat. Not in these numbers. But anyway, look, there's a lot of people got allergies now all over the place, and they're asthmatic, and well, it's because we don't die. You know, I mean, we go to doctors and we save. You know, see, even me, I had appendicitis when I was a kid, so I've obviously got shit appendix gene. You know, um, so maybe I should have died when I was 9 years old. You know, I mean, but there's a lot of people saved that way. They don't die of tonsillitis, or they don't die of this, and they don't die of that because of medicine. And so then those shitty genes end up getting into the future because they don't die when they're supposed to. I mean, not when they're supposed to, but they don't. Their weaknesses are crutched, and so the human race is they're getting weaker. I mean, they're getting bigger and stronger in some ways because of good nutrition and all that crap, and but they're getting, you know, genetically weaker. It's like Christina Applegate. You know, she's gonna have a kid, and she really shouldn't because you know her family's got really bad genetics when it comes to that breast cancer thing.
Well, I don't know about stronger, but definitely bigger and fatter. They had to redo all the boats at Disneyland's Pirates of the Caribbean to accommodate the larger sized, ponderous pachyderm American visitor. So I guess before where they had 24 seats, you know, now they're at 18.
Yeah, yeah, I don't even remember there being seats actually. It said benches when I went there.
So you believe that the DNA can react?
No, I don't believe the DNA can react. What I believe is that yes, we breed, you know, and your kids will reflect your genetic character and heritage, but you're not going to change your individual genetics. Um, all you can do is damage them over time. So I mean, like I could, you know, drink radioactive orange soda or something, you know, and then I could have a kid, you know, when I was 17 or something. And yeah, my sperm could be 90% mutant Frankenstein sperm, and yeah, I'll end up with a mutant Frankenstein kid. You know, you have a tail and the whole thing. You know, because my sperm will be shit. But it's not because my sperm will be better. It's not because my DNA will be improved. All I can do is damage it. I can't make it better.
My mic.
Yeah, you gotta turn your mic way the fuck down. Holy shit.
How is my mic now?
You can still go down about 7,433 decibels.
Test on the mic to see if volume is better. Is it?
Yeah, it's a bit better. Yep. You can even go down lower, but I don't want to be insulting. I mean, you could go all the way down to 0. It'd probably be really good. But no, it's okay. It's really tolerable.
Test on the mic to see if volume is better. Is it?
Oops. Yes, it's better. Yes. But the echo sucks. You gotta turn your mic off when you're done talking. Conehead guy.
Alright, what about now?
Yeah, it's okay. It's still a little bit loud, but you know, whatever.
Turned down to like literally less than an eighth of full.
Yeah, I think a quarter tank is what you should be running. You should be running on then, in my opinion. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe compared to pyro, we're the same, but I don't think so. But you're fine, pyro. Okay. All right. So if pyro's okay, then fine. I could turn mine up louder. See who could be more obnoxious.
So my mic wasn't working before. I was not multitasking. I was trying to talk to you about spontaneity. Just mention, because I happen to be thinking about this lately and why it's so objectionable, this idea of spontaneity to you, because now scientists have been talking about it ever since the quantum theory, not the weird stuff I've talked about, but just the fact that that a light, that a piece of light is a standalone particle. And so that brings up the word the word spontaneity. But the thing is that's weird about this is we didn't lose, like, it didn't make the universe discontinuous that that there was this so-called spontaneity because there's the conservation of energy. And so, like, this idea in quantum mechanics that you would just a particle pops out of nowhere. I mean, for every time that happens, guaranteed over millions of events and millions of years, some little particle disappears. The same kind of little particle disappears somewhere else. And so somehow, there's still this connection. It's not like spontaneity in classical physics where you might get a new object and there you've got it. It's like if it pops in, it's going to have to pop out. So it's still not really spontaneous in the sense of from nowhere. There's something making all the, energy be conserved.
Well, I'm just saying it's not a it's a word out of mythology. Okay, it's a word out of an archaic past when we didn't understand how things work, and so it has no meaning to a scientist. It should have no meaning to a scientist. Is my only argument, because it doesn't have, and there's no evidence of anything spontaneous. And so I guess I would sort of argue. I don't know how light has anything to do with spontaneity. That the light almost shows us how futile that argument is, because there's no such thing as light. I mean, there's no such thing as a photon that's not moving.
No, but
photons have no choice. They move, and that's the interaction, and they never stop. They never spontaneous. They never. I mean, it's just not going to happen.
Okay, well, I kind of agree with you, except for that scientists do use that word a lot. I mean, I took the physics courses; they just talked about it a lot. And for example, with the photon, but I agree with you because I don't think it means what we think it means. It's just about, for example, with the photon, there's energy in an atom, and the shells of the electrons and all that. And it's not that there's a photon in there; it's just energy, potential energy. And then, boom, a photon gets shot out. And we can tell the probability of that, but not when it's going to happen. That's where the idea of spontaneity comes into it. But for it to have happened, that atom would have had to absorb a photon as well. So it balances out. And I think that's kind of the main part you're objecting to, the idea that something's just, boom, coming from nowhere and we can't trace it. Well, there's more like this untraceable segment, but you can, like, look at both sides of it. And sometimes you can't tell what happened in the middle, but the energy came in and the energy came out. It's just there's a part that you can't, predict when it's going to come out.
Yeah, well, I'm making a simpler argument, I think. I'm arguing it's just like some other subjects, like some biologist using the word God. Okay, it's like a biologist saying, and then God poofed everything. I mean, physicists use these certain words that physicists know they should know this is not unacceptable. These words, random and spontaneous, these are words from ignorance. They're not words that that they should not, a literate scientist should not be using these fucking words. And when they do use them, it's just evidence of how sloppy they have become, or they are, because they are thoroughly archaic words. I want to say something. Oh yeah, Viking guy, he's laughing at his own jokes. Oh, God, it's just so, you're not going to get laid that way.